You hear that, guys? The Sega Dreamcast is still thinking. Video game lover here. It was 20 years ago on this day, 9/9/99, Sega's final system launched in the US, and I have it in the box. The Sega Dreamcast. This system was so ahead of its time. It had one of the most hypest, biggest launch of any system. Well, one of the biggest launches, rival to the PS2, the original Xbox, and others. It's such of an amazing system, but it's so heart-wrenching to think that this system only lasted a year and a half. It's heartbreaking because the Dreamcast had so many games. I know some will say that it's the PS2 that killed it, but no. The real reason why the Dreamcast died or led to its demise was simple Sega's mistakes in the past, such as the Sega CD, the 32X, which I think is one of the biggest reasons, and how Sega ran the Sega Saturn, and that was a disaster. So here's the system itself. The Sega Dreamcast. Your power button, your open. It's a really cool looking system. One thing that's kind of annoying though about the system, when you're booting up a game, you hear this like screechy noise. It almost sounds like if your game is not working, but it is. That's just how the Dreamcast always sounds like. But this system it's just so cool looking. It has 4 control ports. It's just a damn beast of a system. Now, here's the controller. This is kind of the more iffier part of the Dreamcast. The controller is not the best. I mean, it's okay, but I feel like the joystick is a little loose. The buttons are fine. The D-pad's a little bit sharp. But the one thing I think that's kind of dumb is the wires underneath the controller. Now, there's a little thing in the back that you can actually put it like this. But the problem with that is it actually adds more weight to it. So it also, another thing is there's no second analog stick. So controlling the camera is a little iffy. We also have the VMUs. The Dreamcast memory card. There's a little screen. You can play little mini games if they have it, but not a whole lot. Only a few games use this. I think Sonic Adventure 2 was one of them. But yeah. So that's the controller. So onto my history with the system. I got this system around, I think, Christmas of 2012. I know it's just been 7 years, but I've heard about the Dreamcast for many years. My older brother told me I should have gotten one, and I did. But for a while, I ran into a big hurdle. I wasn't able to find a whole lot of the really good games for the Dreamcast, because some of them were really expensive, or I just couldn't find them. It wasn't until, God, I can't believe it's gonna be almost 5 years since then. Fall of 2015, when I was able to start burning Dreamcast games. See, one thing about the Dreamcast, and it's kind of doomed it a little bit as well, it was very easy to burn games on this system. So you can just pop a blank CD, burn the game, play it on your Dreamcast. You could also put some emulators pre-1999 on them. Some of the emulators were a little iffy, but you can play some NES games and Genesis games on it. So, really cool. Oh, that's another thing I forgot. How the hell I forgot to mention about this system. This is one of the, it's not the first system to have online multiplayer, online, but this was the first system to really have online. And eventually that led to the Xbox Live and the PS2 having internet and things like that. This was the first one, and you could plug it right here, and I think right here as well. So yes, the Dreamcast had internet, which was another thing that was pretty revolutionary about the Dreamcast. So that's really cool. But yeah, Once I burned games on the system, it was never stopping. From 2015 to 2016, this is all I played, was the Dreamcast. I could not stop playing. Although I did heard that playing burn games is not that good because it stresses the laser lens more. Well, I've been playing them for a while. Nothing's happened so far. So I might get another Dreamcast down the future. Okay, on to the games. What we're gonna first do is show my itty bitty official games. These are all my official Dreamcast games I have. And then I'll show you guys the burn games and eventually some of my favorite titles. We got Tony Hawk Pro Skater, which is in my opinion one of the best versions. Speaking of this game turns 20 years old at the end of the month. My God, I feel old, man. I mean, my generation is really probably depressed hearing the news that the Dreamcast is 20 years old, because a lot of my people from this generation, this was probably their first system. So, but Tony Hawk Pro Skater, awesome game. Dead or Alive 2, awesome fighting game. I really enjoyed this game, though I think 3 is a little bit better. This was really good. I actually found this in the thrift store for $1 back in 2014 in very good condition. We got King of Fighters, Dream Match 1999. This is a really good game. It's actually the one King of Fighters game I really enjoyed. Ready to Rumble. This is a fun fighting game. Toy Commander. Now this is one of the games I actually burned, but I couldn't get the game to run properly. It was missing the music, so I ended up getting the official copy. I only paid like $7 for this game. Now on to one of the most defining titles, and you know what, I was going to burn it, but no, I needed to buy an official copy. One of the most legendary fighting games on the Sega Dreamcast. I'm going to get rid of this little pop-up. Soul Calibur. This was the game that blew the minds out of everyone on how the Dreamcast was able to match the graphic quality of the arcades. Keep it in mind, back in the 90s, the arcades were way more powerful than any system until the Dreamcast. And this game proved it. This game added a lot more features than the arcade version had. This is an all-time classic. 20 years later, this game still looks amazing. This is such an awesome fighting game. Dynamite Cop. This is a sequel to Die Hard Arcade that was on the Saturn. This is a really fun beat 'em up. Great music. Of course, the first Crazy Taxi. Great gaming. Resident Evil Code Veronica. This game is fucking hard. I beat it, but it's been 6 years, so I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I wanted to speedrun this game, but I heard in order to get the infinite rocket launcher, you have to beat this game in under 4.5 hours and only save twice. We're not doing that. But yeah, Resident Evil Code Veronica. This is the Resident Evil that not many people play, mainly until the PS2 version. A lot of people like the PS2 version more because Wesker's in it. But this is still a really good game. This is a very good Resident Evil game for the Sega Dreamcast. Mach X. Now this is a game I didn't like. I did eventually beat, but I had a frustrating time playing this game. But now I probably will give this another shot. I'll probably like this game way more. And last but not least, the game that was meant to save the Dreamcast for the menace of the PS2, fortunately it didn't really happen. This was, at the time, one of the most expensive games that came out at this time, and that's Shenmue. This game. I know that some don't really like Shenmue nowadays because especially that Yakuza kind of took elements of it because it's made by the same people and just made it a whole lot better. I still really enjoyed Shenmue, and I did hear Shenmue 2 is a lot better, but this game, though, it deserves a lot of the reception it got. This game still looks amazing even to this day. But this game, unfortunately, didn't do well and ultimately led to Sega even more losing. But this is still a great game. I really enjoyed the first Shenmue, and it has a great soundtrack. Alright, on to the burn games, and I have lots of burn games. Let's start off with this game, Death Crimson OS. This is the only game I have that's in a DVD case. This game is basically Death Crimson 2 minus all the puzzles and all that. It's just a simple rail shooter. I showed the first game in the live stream a long time ago, and that game is absolutely horrendous. But this game is actually not too bad. It's a pretty decent, light done game. I'm actually going to try to get the Dreamcast emulator to work on my phone. Alright, now, I don't know, what do we got here? This is NBA 2K2. You're not going to be able to see that, but it says it right there. I only did that just for, you know, to play it. Jet Grind Radio. Gotta play more of that game. Actually, I can't believe I have not played that game. Oh, this is Resident Evil 2. I actually burned this game a while back, but unfortunately, it doesn't work. I almost beat the game as Leon, but it wouldn't load. That's kind of the nerd danger about burning Dreamcast games. You have to be very careful when you're burning Dreamcast games, or else it might not be able to get all the game and you're left with a CD. Heavy Metal Geomatrix. I know Timefall Princess likes this game. I'm gonna be honest, I thought this game was terrible. In my opinion, this is like one of the worst fighting games I played on the Dreamcast. I'm sorry. I did not like that game at all. Okay, this is a plane. This is also a plane. I actually downloaded this game? Huh, I didn't remember that. Ilbridge. I heard this is a good game. I don't remember downloading that game. And Techromancer. I could have sworn I burned this game in the past too, but I don't know. Alright. Now we get to this. This is more burn games. And I don't know how in the world are we gonna do this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I know I should have just edited this out, but I'm not going to. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got Bangai Zero, which is made by Treasure. Wasn't a big fan of that game. Just played a little awkwardly a little bit. Demolition Racer. Haven't played a whole lot of it, but what I did play it was pretty fun. Sonic Adventure 1. I need to get back in that game. Sonic Adventure 2, I have this on the GameCube. I know this game kind of gets a bad rep nowadays, but hey, it was a big deal when it came out in 2001. Same with Sonic Adventure. House of the Dead 2. I don't play this version anymore because I have it on the original Xbox, but it's still an all-time classic on the Dreamcast. Okay, that's a Sega CD game. That's a Sega CD game. Let's see. Okay, that's a Nerve CDR. Wow, I'm failing here today. Okay, wow. Okay, here we go. Plasma Sword. This is a really fun fighting game for the Dreamcast, but unfortunately though, it's missing the music in my burn copy. There's supposed to be music. There's only like music in the character select screen and all that, and it just doesn't work. I mean, it works, but there's no music. Let's see what we got here. We got, okay, that's another Sega CD game. Yeah, I also burned some Sega CD games. I do apologize about that. I actually burned Kyo for the Sega CD. Okay, I'm sorry I'm kind of botching this video. Project Justice. This is a really good 3D fighting game. This is one of the more expensive Dreamcast games, so obviously I wasn't going to pay that. It's a sequel to Rival Schools, I think, which is made by Capcom. Death Crimson 2, I actually burned. This is the Japanese version of Death Crimson, and it's pretty garbage. We got, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, of course, one of the more defining fighting games for the Sega Dreamcast. Power Stone 1, great game, but really frustrating in my opinion. I had a very tough time beating that game. Power Stone 2, which I actually think is a lot better than 1. This one I think was way better. A lot funner. Great fighting game. Zombies Revenge. This game is hard as hell. I swear to God, I cannot beat this game unless I play on original mode. This game is so fucking hard. I don't know, man. I cannot beat that game. Here's one of my favorite Dreamcast games, Gigawing. This is a really fun bullet hell game. Although I do think 2 is a lot better, but it has a really cool soundtrack. And here it is, Gigawing 2, which is another awesome game. I really enjoy Gigawing 2 a lot. Cannon Spike, one of the more expensive Dreamcast games. Of course, I burned my copy, and I don't blame anyone burning this game because this game is only 20 minutes long, and you're spending $130 or $50 for this game. I recommend burning this game. So this is a really fun running, kind of like a top-down view Contra-like game. It's very random. You have random characters from Capcom games and Psycho games. You got Cammy, Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, Charlie from Street Fighter, Mega Man, Little Red Riding Hood, which I don't remember what the hell she was from. But yeah, it's a weird game. Crazy Taxi 2, awesome game. I really enjoyed this. This was actually exclusively made for the Dreamcast. Consider it like Golden Axe 2. Confidential Mission, one of the more underrated light gun rail shooters on the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast, unfortunately, didn't have that many rail shooters. Gunbird 2, really dope game. Really awesome shmup. Of course, one of the more defining titles, Street Fighter 3rd, Third Strike. Awesome game. Really good game. We're gonna skip that. Okay, we're down to 2 games. Okay, Mortal Kombat Gold. I really love this game a lot. I know Mortal Kombat 4 is one of the more polarizing Mortal Kombat games, but I really enjoyed this game a lot. And Gold adds 5 new characters, but I recommend if you're gonna try to down the real copy, get the red disc version. The yellow disc version, which was the one that came out, actually is very glitchy, which is unfortunately what I have here. The red disc version fixes most of the glitches, so but I still recommend Mortal Kombat Gold. And last but not least, my favorite Dreamcast game of all time. I freaking love this game so much. Mars Matrix. It's an awesome bullet hell game with a phenomenal soundtrack. Amazing soundtrack. But yeah, that is all my Dreamcast games, everyone. So yeah, that's my Dreamcast games. Burn and Real. So, man, I can't believe it's been 20 years since the Dreamcast, man. Hard to believe, man. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know I kind of messed up a little bit at parts because, you know, couldn't edit it out. Because I don't want to waste my memory on my phone already. But anyways, guys, I thank you so much for watching this video. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Happy 20th birthday to Sega Dreamcast. You may be gone, but you're not forgotten. Peace.